Welcome to this breath meditation. This meditation will take around 10 minutes. And I'll invite you to adopt your meditation posture, however this looks to you. This could be seated on a chair, on a stool or a cushion, or on the floor. Maybe you prefer to lay down or stand. And the two things that we're looking for with this posture, one is a sense of comfort, and the other is a sense of awakeness, alertness, and presence. And once you've got into your chosen posture, I'll invite you to close your eyes if this feels comfortable. And if this doesn't feel comfortable to you, then I'll just invite you to lower and soften your gaze, allowing our eyelids to become heavy. And the intention for this meditation, as with any mindfulness meditation, is to cultivate an awareness of our experience as it unfolds moment by moment, and as best we can in a non-judgmental and kind way, knowing that there are no goals to achieve and there's no right or wrong way to do this. And inviting you to take a few intentional deep breaths to arrive to this practice to arrive fully to this present moment. And as best we can, putting to one side any activities or busyness that we've experienced today already. We might have had chores to do or conversations. And as best we can, allowing them just to move to the side so we can bring our full attention to this present moment in this practice. So with the next out breath, I'll invite you to allow your shoulders just to drop slightly. And with the next out breath, allowing your weight to sink slightly to the floor, knowing that the earth is always beneath us, holding us safe. And we're moving our focus and our attention inwards to our breath. And we're just noticing our breath. There's no need to change or alter it in any way. Just being with our breath. Observing our breathing. We don't need to tamper with our breath at all. Our breath's been breathing itself all our lives. Our job here is to simply notice. Maybe noticing the length of our breath. It might be short. Or maybe it's long and deep. Maybe it's a mixture of the both. Maybe we can notice the texture of our breathing, roughness or smoothness, or somewhere in between, or nothing at all. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Our job here is just to notice our breath. Maybe there's a sound that accompanies our breathing. Or maybe it's silent. We might notice that our breathing changes from breath to breath. And I'll invite you to move your attention just to the in-breath now. And again, we're just noticing the in-breath. Noticing the air as it enters our body. Noticing where it enters the body. Our nostrils or our mouth. And then noticing the journey as it travels in. Maybe we can sense our breath at the back of our throat. Might be strong, might be very subtle. And maybe our breath doesn't go much further than this, and that's fine. We might notice our breath a little further down in our chest area. Maybe our breath goes deeper down to our stomachs. And maybe we can notice how the breath's affecting the rest of our body with slight movements and stretches. Just noticing the in-breath, its journey as it comes into our body. And sometimes when we sit like this, we'll notice that our mind's wandered off to somewhere else other than where we intended it to be. And when we notice this, we know it's fine. That's just what our minds are meant to do. We notice this moment of awareness and we gently and kindly in our own time escort our mind back to the breath, to this in-breath. And we might notice that at the end of the in-breath there's a gap, a small pause before the end of the in-breath becomes the beginning of the out-breath. And I'll invite you to move your focus now to the out-breath. And again, observing, not needing to change anything. Observing the breath as it leaves our body. Tracking its journey as the out-breath travels on its journey, leaving our body. Just this breath. Just this breath. And once again, we'll notice that at the end of the out-breath, there's another gap. There's a pause. Being curious about this pause. Being curious about the gap. Noticing the gap. And then noticing that the end of the out-breath, soon after comes the beginning of the next in-breath. And the cycle starts over again. And we just follow this flow. Following the flow of the in-breath as it enters our body. There's a pause. And then it turns round and becomes the out-breath. There's another pause before the next in-breath starts again. Following this whole cycle. Maybe as if it were a wave on the sea or the ocean. Maybe as if it were the tide on the shore. Just this breath. Just this breath. And when we notice our mind's wandered, even if our mind wanders 1,000 times, our job is the same each time. We can gently and kindly escort our attention back 1,000 times. Back to the breath, our anchor that's always here with us. Noticing our breath as it comes into our body and it turns around and leaves again. Each in-breath, the opportunity for a new beginning, and each out-breath, an opportunity to release and let go. And we'll spend the last few moments in silence, just following and noting our breath. Occasionally noticing where our mind is. Just this breath. Just this breath. And shortly I'll ring the meditation bell 3 times to indicate the end of this meditation and an invite for you to reintegrate back into your room and back into your day.